Imagine that nowadays you can take any image and transform it into anything that you desire. We can modify landscapes within seconds, and we can transform spaces into any crazy idea using AI. There is a statistic from the Royal Institute of British Architects that says that in 2024, 41% of all the firms in the industry were using artificial intelligence. In 2025, this figure rises up to 59%, and by next year, 2027, 75% of all the firms in the world will be using AI. But here is the exciting part of it. Robots are not here to replace us yet, but instead to supercharge our ideas and to help us to become more efficient and save time in the early stages of any project. And in today's video, I am going to show you the best AI platform that is available on 2026 for anyone who wants to start using AI into visualizations and into editing images. That's it, let's get started. This is the platform Rendair, and in this platform you have available most of the more efficient models of architecture. I'm gonna show you how the text to render function works. Text to render function is the most simple way you can generate images using AI. Basically, with a piece of text you describe what you want and then the AI will do all its work. So we're gonna click here on text to render, and something that is really interesting about Rendair is that you can select the different models that you want to use. If you are not familiar with models, don't worry, because right now we're gonna explore all of them. I'm gonna use this prompt right here with the aim of creating a residential back garden. So we're gonna test this prompt with all these models and we're then gonna compare the results. Let's go first for the inbuilt Rendair AI model. On the creativity, you can adjust how much do you want the platform to change the prompt, or how much do you want that it sticks to the original phrasing that you have made. For this case, we're gonna let it at 60% as it is, and we're just going to generate. On here you can change the aspect ratio of the image. For example, if you want it horizontal, if you want it vertical, and the proportions of the frame. For this case, I want an horizontal image on a 3:2 proportion. In the time we wait for this, I am gonna change the model to GPT image, and I am going to run exactly the same prompt. Because I have the Pro membership, I can run multiple tasks at the same time, and then I am going to use the Flux context model as well, click run, and then I am going to use Nano Banana Pro, click run, and of course I am going to use also the Nano Banana model. And then we're gonna wait a little bit to see how all this compares. Here is the first result using Rendair. As you can see, the quality of the image is really good. It has respected that we want curtain steel planters. You can see the water feature here, you can see the pergola with the dining area, and you can see the planting beds. Now, the same prompt on the Flux model is slightly different. You can also see the curtain planters, it also has the fire pit, and also you can see all the ornamental planting. Then, this is the model that Nano Banana has done. As you can see, it also has the fire pit, it has the pergola, and it has the ornamental planting. And this is the image that Nano Banana Pro has done inside Rendair. So we used the same prompt across all the models, and you can see how all of them have the same components that we describe in our text, but each of the models has interpreted the image in a slightly different way. In my opinion, Nano Banana Pro wins because of quality, because of level of realism, and also because it's really accurate. It's very difficult to tell that this image has been made with artificial intelligence. It pretty much looks like a photograph. So here we have Nano Banana Pro, here we have Nano Banana, here we have Flux context model, and here we have the Rendair inbuilt model. All of them with the same prompt, but with different levels of interpretation and quality. In my next example of text to render, I want to generate a high-end contemporary plaza in an urban space. I'm gonna do the same thing, and I am gonna compare this prompt with the 4 different models. This is the Rendair model, then I'm gonna do the same with GPT model, then I am going to do with Flux context model, with Nano Banana Pro model, and with the normal Nano Banana model. And here we have the results. This is the Flux context model. As you can see, if you pay attention to the prompt, all these images include the components that I specified on the prompt. This is the flux model, this is the render in-build model. As you can see, the level of realism is not that good, but it's also really nice. This is the Nano Banana model, and this is the ChatGPT result. As you can see, it looks really good, but it feels a little bit CGI. It doesn't give you that impact of a real photograph. You can tell it has been done by AI. And this is the Nano Banana Pro model. Again, Nano Banana Pro wins in this exercise. I think the level of realism is much better than in the other AIs. That covers the function of text to render, which is the most basic way of using AI to generate images. And now we're gonna look at this feature, which is 3D based to render. I am gonna use this image that I have right here, but I will take the opportunity to add some vegetation on these planters. I would also like to have vegetation on these 3 pots right here and a nice multi-stem tree right here. And I am going to use this prompt. So the prompt basically is going to add all the vegetation. I also want to add the immediate context, and let's click run. If you want to look to these prompts in detail, they will be available on the description. Please feel free to use them and adapt them to your own projects. And there we go, guys, here is our result. As you can see, the architectural part of the project is perfect. It has respected all the deck, it has added that multi-stem tree that I wanted, all the bamboo in the rectangular planters, and also vegetation on these planters. At this point, things didn't go as well as planned. As you can see, it has added context, but it doesn't look in place. So if we remove all the surrounding, it will become a better graphic, and you can do that with the chat function. So go to the chat function, create a new chat, and then here we could say select from previous creations, and we can select this. We can type this prompt. Remove all background, only keep the subject. We can choose Nano Banana Pro and click run. And there we go, guys. As you can see, this is a very nice graphic. It has removed all the context information that was on the original image, and now we have this beautiful clean graphic that it's really good if you want to use it for presentations or for to add some annotations. I think the quality of it is very good, and also the level of realism is very good. You can keep chatting on this same chat to change materials and to add persons. If you are interested in how you can draw this project, I have a CAD tutorial where I go step by step in drawing this in CAD, and then in another chapter I do all the 3D model in AutoCAD to achieve exactly this geometry. The card will be appearing right there. And now I'm gonna guide you through more examples that we can do on the chat function. Now this platform has different blueprints to create different type of images. But the text to render, the 3D base to render, the image to render, or the elevation to render, all of that can be achieved within the chat function, because in the chat function you can basically use all these functions in a more specific way. And I'm gonna guide you through some examples in how you can use this chat function in your projects, and we're gonna render this plan in 3 different styles. The first prompt is gonna be this one to achieve a high-end architectural render. And here is a result. As you can see, it has added all the materiality. I think it's very easy to read, and you can clearly understand what is the idea of all of this. The next version of this one is going to be a very clear infographic, and the prompt is going to be this one. As you can see, it's a very clean graphic that represents all the colors in a more flat way. This is good when you want to do flow diagrams or when you want to put these into boards in a more minimalistic way. And now we're gonna render it into a watercolor style. This is gonna be the prompt, and this is the result. I think this one is my favorite. Let me know, guys, in the comments which one do you like more. I think this is really nice and it communicates the design really well. Here we have the watercolor style, here we have a more flat punchy vector style color, and here we have a realistic version of it. Realistic, vector, watercolor. Now we're gonna start to edit some real photographs to explore design options and opportunities. We're gonna use this base image as a starting point, and I want to create a contemporary high-end garden in that space. I am gonna use this prompt and click run. And there we go, guys, this is our result. As you can see, it's fantastic. It has respected exactly our garden, but it has incorporated all the detail that we included in our prompt. As you can see, it's exactly the same space, but just refreshed and renovated. This is our before, and this is our after. Before and after. If you use this workflow, you can test real photographs with different options depending on what you want. Guys, if you're enjoying this video, consider subscribing to the platform. If you use my promo code, you will get 10% off discount in any membership that you decide to go for. The memberships gives you a lot of credits and you will be able to test so many ideas. Let's carry on with this video and explore more alternative designs. On this same garden, we're gonna explore a more subtle transformation. And there we go, guys. As you can see, it's exactly the same garden. This is our before and this is our after. This has given us a seasonal transformation just by adding this footpath, the bench, but all the boundaries and the context remains exactly the same. This is our before and this is our after. Let's say that you have a different style of garden and you want to explore ideas on this one as well. I would like to have a Japanese style Zen garden with lantern features, a bridge, and different components that are specified on my prompt. I will select the Nano Banana Pro model and click Run. And there we go, guys. As you can see, this is fascinating. This is our result. This is our before and this is our after. As you can see, it has respected all the composition of the photograph. You can even see the door right here on exactly the same place with this key. You can see how it has respected the railings, but it has transformed this garden into a beautiful Japanese scene oasis that contains the lantern, the bollards, the river, and all of that was specified in our prompt right here. So the prompt was detailed to achieve this type of result. Like I said before, these prompts are gonna be available on the description. And let me know, guys, what you think of these design techniques and workflows where you can basically upload a photograph of the space that you want to transform, and just by working on your prompt you can explore how these places could look like. I think this is fascinating, and now let's keep working on this one and say that we want to see the night view. And there we go, guys, here is the night version of it. I think it's lovely. I think it has respected all the design and items that were in the first photograph, and it has just shows this beautiful night version of the same garden with this beautiful Japanese oasis with the lantern and all the bollards, the timber bridge crossing and coming through this beautiful stone arch that goes into the back part of the garden. Guys, let me know in the comment box what you think about this one. Is it something that you like? And let's keep going with the next examples. In this example, I want to refresh the planting, add some lighting bollards, paint the houses in white and include new paving. I am gonna drop the image right there and I am gonna click Run. As you can see, all the prompts start with edit this exact photo, which is a key component when you are engineering a prompt. The prompt is gonna determine the level of quality of your output. You need to make sure that you are as specific as possible, but at the same time it needs to be as simple as possible. It's a bit of a balance. You don't want to be too specific, but you want to make yourself very clear. And there we go, guys. This is our result. This is our before and this is our after. As you can see, it has painted all the house in white like we instructed. It changed all the paving to new paving, and also it refreshed the planting on the right hand side, adding the lighting bollards. I think this technique is fantastic when you want to see how places will look like in different scenarios. And that's it, we have our before and our after. For our next example, I'm gonna use this drone photograph and I want to include a tennis court on this area, and also I want to fix all the crackings on the paving. This is gonna be the prompt. As you can see, it starts by edit this exact aerial top-down photo. Those are keywords like we just said before. And there we go, guys, here is our result. As you can see, it added the tennis court right here. It fixed all the tarmac. Now we don't have any type of crackings. And this is our before and this is our after. As you can see, it has kept all the composition of the context, nothing else is changed, but only the tarmac like we specify. It fixed all these here on the parking spaces, very well aligned, and it created our clay tennis court with the fencing like we instructed in our prompt. I think this thing is just fascinating to keep exploring design alternatives, and that's it. Let's jump into our next example. Here we have our before, and here we have our after. In my next example, I am going to use this photograph, and I want to create a Norman Foster style pedestrian bridge that crosses from this point up to this point, but also I want to transform the side part of the road and the other side part of the road in linear gardens. And that's it. Let's put hands into action. Let's drop the image. We are starting our prompt by saying edit this exact photo. And there we go, guys. This is our result. As you can see, it's fascinating. It has added all the linear garden on the side and all the linear garden in the other side as well. It has also connected by adding the nice bridge right here. And we're gonna compare our before and our after. This is fascinating how it has interpreted all these in this space. As you can see, it added the deck on the top of the existing, like if it was a floated deck. This may have design constraints. For example, it may need a guardrail, as it would be a bit unsafe for the people walking on here in this high-speed avenue, but as a concept design, I think it's fantastic to explore ideas. And of course you can keep working on this image to add more items like the railing and more features. So here we have our before, and here we have our after. Before and after. Guys, let me know what you think about this one, and that's it. Let's jump into our next example. For our next example, I want to use this footpath that goes up in this countryside park, and I want to add lighting bollards, a bit of seating, and also ornamental planting on the side. And for doing that, I'm going to use this prompt. Feel free to pause the videos to look at the prompts in detail, and let's see what we get this time. And there we go, guys. This is our result. As you can see, this is fascinating. Here is our result, and here is our before. It has added all that seating area on the right hand side, all the lighting bollards on the left with these beautiful ferns and hostess. It's just fantastic how it has interpreted this space to modify it into a better landscape. If you read the prompt in detail, you will find how it included all the components that I specified. So here we have our before, and here we have our after. Guys, let me know what you think about this one. I think this is a very good example in how you can use AI just to tweak spaces and to visualize them in a different way. Here we have our before, and here we have our after. I just love this one. That's it. Let's jump into the next one. In the next example, I am going to use this drone aerial shot that I took the other day, and I want to incorporate a park in this area with a water feature, some lush planting and seating area. And let's click run. Feel free to pause the video to look at the prompt in detail, and let's see what we get. And there we go, guys. Here is our result. As you can see, it's fantastic what it has happened here. It has created a park. The only thing that didn't go right here is that it completely eliminated this road right here, but actually in this type of a scheme it wouldn't be a bad idea to get rid of that one and make the circulation in a single flow. Guys, let me know what you think about this one. Here we have our before, and here we have our after. Before and after. And that's it. Let's move into our next example. In this new image, I want to do something different. I want to create an infographic that shows only 3 types of colors: green for the green areas, dark gray for the circulation areas and roads, and white for the buildings. And let's click run. And there we go, guys. As you can see, the result is fantastic. It has done exactly what I wanted: green for the green areas, white for the buildings and houses, and dark gray for the circulation and roads. Here is our before, and here is our after. As you can see, it is very precise. It hasn't missed any kind of detail. This technique is fantastic when you want to do diagrams, circulations diagrams, and presentation boards. You can start here tweaking the color, make it more subtle, or just adjust the tone to your own necessities. So here is our before, and here is our after. And that's it. Let's jump into our next example. For our next example, I want to use this photograph where I want to incorporate a cobblestone road with Victorian style lamppost casting lighting over the road. And for doing that, I am going to use this prompt. And there we go, guys, here is our result. As you can see, this is fascinating. It has added that dramatic cobblestone road across the track with this Victorian lamppost. You can see all the reflections in the paving right here, the reflections on the water. I think it looks like a fantastic dramatic modification. This is our after and this is our before. As you can see, the image remains the same. And I think it looks fascinating. This is one of my favorites. Guys, let me know in the comments below what you think about this one. We could keep exploring by adding seating, by changing the atmosphere, by adding some fog, but we're gonna go to our next example. This was our before and this is our after. In this example, I want to incorporate this artwork on this wall right here. And for doing that, I am going to use this prompt. And there we go, guys, here is our result. As you can see, all the artwork has been incorporated into the wall. It is fascinating how we have achieved this. You can clearly see here the wall and then the artwork on the wall. Guys, let me know what you think about this technique. If you want to project some kind of artwork or some kind of paintings in one of your projects, I think this is a fantastic technique to test these kind of results. It is incredible to see how this works right here. This is our before and this is our after. Guys, let me know what you think about this one. In our next example, I'm gonna turn this photograph into a high-end rural lane. And for doing that, I am going to use this prompt. And there we go, guys, here is our result. It has resurfaced all the road by keeping all the context intact. Also, my car is still there because I actually took this photograph. You can see how it has transformed into a photorealistic premium rural space. You can see how also it has added all the etching with these stone sets. I think this is just a fascinating technique to explore design alternatives. And that's it, before and after. Let's jump to our next example. In the next example, I want to upgrade the quality of this space. And for doing that, I am going to use this prompt. And there we go, guys, here is our result. As you can see, it has added all the perennials, evergreen structures, all the trees in this road, keeping everything else intact. This is our after and this is our before. Before, after. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments about this one, and that's it, let's jump into our next example. On the next example, I want to transform this into a high-end shopping street. This is the prompt and let's click run. And there we go, guys, here is our result. Here we have our before and here we have our after. As you can see, it has added just some benches right here, a little bit of planters. It enhanced the quality of the colors and it kept everything else. It also lighted up these strings right here and it has just done exactly what we said in our prompt. This can be considered like a low budget uplift, but it's always a good improvement for a street like this one. And that's it, let's jump into our next example. On this photograph we have a little bit more of a space and we are gonna transform this one into a more climate resilient space containing water feature, trees and planters. That's it, let's put hand into action. For doing that, I am gonna use this prompt and click run. And there we go, guys, this is our result. As you can see, it has added all these water feature on the paving. A little bit of the design is not right here because you wouldn't have people sitting here making their feet wet, but I would like to showcase also the mistakes and inaccuracies that you encounter when you try to do things with AI, because some of the videos are not real in internet, they only show you the good stuff, but you need to make sure and you need to understand that it's normal to get these type of awful things where things doesn't make any kind of sense, and it's our responsibility as designers, as architects, to be aware of these design mistakes. The photograph looks amazing by itself, I mean the color composition looks great, but it's just something that wouldn't be functional. So I let you guys with this example that is not correct, but that looks alright. And for our final example, we are gonna transform this green area right here into an skate park that all these houses will be able to enjoy. And for doing that, I am gonna use this prompt right here. And there you go, guys, here is our result. Here we have our skating park in the middle of this green area. Here is our before and here is our after. Please remember that all the prompts that I used on this video are gonna be available on the description. Feel free to have a look to them and feel free to use them in your own projects and to see how you can adapt them to your own designs. Guys, this is everything for today. Please remember that if you want 10% of discount on this subscription, the code with my name is gonna be on the description. Feel free to use it. And if you have ideas in how you would like to see AI helping us to produce images, let me know on the comment box and I'll try to make a video of those ideas. We need to remember that artificial intelligence is great, but it is not here to replace us. It is just here to supercharge our ideas and our creativity. So if you don't know how to design and you use AI is not gonna make you to be a good designer. It's only gonna maximize your current ideas into different things. So basically, you have a concept and then you use AI to maximize the visualization of it. But if that concept is not good by itself, AI is not gonna make it a better concept. So you need to have good ideas to transform it into beautiful visualizations. Guys, if you liked the video, please consider subscribing and let me know which one of these examples was your favorite one. And if you want to know about AI workflows in a very basic way, what does an input means and what does an output means, go and click on my video about inputs and outputs when I explain in a very pragmatic way what is an input and what is an output. Guys, thank you very much for watching. If you made it up to this part of the video, all I can say is thank you and I will catch you in the next one.